Second test of the 2025-26 Ashes 2025-26 capturing all the pressure, uncertainties, possible shifts, and what's at stake. Selection crisis and tactical chess. What's unfolding in Australia camp? Usman Khawaja's place now on knife edge. After the first test in Perth, Khawaja, a veteran and once stable opener, remains under intense scrutiny. He suffered back spasms during the match, forcing the team to rework the top order mid-game. Due to his discomfort, Khawaja did not open in the second innings. Instead, middle-order batsman Travis Head was sent up the order and repaid the faith with a stunning century. Post-match, the team's coach Andrew McDonald refused to guarantee Khawaja will be selected for the second test at the Gabba even if medically fit. That's a strong signal that the veteran's time at the top may be up. The concern isn't just fitness. Reports and critics point to a decline in form. Over the last 2 years, Khawaja's test returns have reportedly dipped. Some former coaches and commentators have even floated the possibility of retirement or at least a major role change for Khawaja after the shock and chaos of the opener. Travis Head's heroics spark a top-order shake-up. With Khawaja unavailable to open, Travis Head stepped in alongside debutant opener and new squad member Jake Weatherald, and the result was explosive. Head hammered a brilliant 123 from 83 balls in the second innings, steering Australia to an emphatic 8-wicket win in just 2 days. That knock has opened serious debate. Maybe Head should permanently move to the top of the order. Many pundits and some former players argue that his aggressive batting style suits the modern test tempo, and could give Australia a fresh edge against England's bowling attack. The magnitude of that innings coming under pressure and in a test environment adds weight to calls for reshuffling, rather than writing it off as a one-off. Backups and new candidates. Who's waiting in the wings? Matt Renshaw, once close to being dropped, he's now pushing hard for a recall. He's back in good domestic form, recently posting a strong century in a pink ball Sheffield Shield match at the Gabba. That domestic momentum puts him in serious contention for tests ahead. Interestingly, despite his ambitions, Renshaw has publicly backed Khawaja if he is fit, out of respect for his veteran status and previous contributions. But selectors now face a real dilemma. Do they go for familiarity, Khawaja, form, Renshaw, or aggression, Head plus possibly a fresh opener? That debate has become central to team planning for the Gabba test. Bowling attack, fitness returns and what that means. On the bowlers' front, there's cautious optimism. Pat Cummins sidelined for the first test due to a back issue, is working through rehab and has his sights set on returning for the second test at the Gabba, December 4th. Coach McDonald and team medical staff seem upbeat, though they stress a careful, measured comeback, no rush, especially with the stakes high. Meanwhile, veteran quick Josh Hazlewood remains injured, hamstring, and is reportedly ruled out of the Gabba test. This limits Australia's options among the frontline pace attack. With Cummins returning and Hazlewood absent, the emphasis may shift to remaining quicks like continuing Mitchell Starc, who impressed with a match haul in Perth, and managing the bowling load carefully given the upcoming day-night, pink ball test conditions at the Gabba. The dilemma: stability versus momentum. What should Australia do? The selectors now face arguably their toughest call of the summer: whether to back experience in the form of Khawaja, or trust recent momentum, fitness, and aggression by rethinking roles in the XI. Arguments in favor of Khawaja, if fit. Vast test experience and history helpful in big moments and pressure games. Stability at the top, a known quantity in a position traditionally critical for setting up innings. Leadership by example, endurance, temperament, and prior contributions over many years. Arguments for change: Head, Renshaw, fresh blood. Youth, form, and current momentum. Renshaw's domestic success, Head's aggressive century, signs of hunger and confidence. Potential long-term plan: building a new top-order core rather than patching over an aging structure. Tactical advantage: a dynamic, attacking opening combination could pressure England early and exploit conditions aggressively, giving Australia momentum in the pink ball test at Gabba. Crystal ball what the 11 could look like. 3 probable scenarios for Gabba. Here are 3 realistic lineups Australia might field for the second test depending on fitness and selection. Scenario key features. Conservative, experience first Khawaja, if fit opens with Renshaw or Weatherald. Middle order stable, pace attack includes Cummins plus Stark, spin or support bowlers for balance. Aggressive, new look top order head promoted to opener, with Renshaw or another younger bat, middle order reshuffled. Cummins returns to spearhead bowling, emphasis on pace and attack. Hazlewood absent. Mixed stability plus firepower Khawaja opens, if fit for stability plus head at middle order or lower. Renshaw is backup or floater. Cummins returns, Stark continues, blend of experience and form to balance risk and reward. Ultimately, the final 11 will depend heavily on 1. Whether Khawaja clears fitness tests in the next few days. 2. The fitness and readiness of Cummins for pink ball, day-night cricket. 3. Pitch and weather conditions at the Gabba, especially under lights which might favor pace and aggressive batting. Reactions, debate and the bigger picture. Many former players and pundits believe Head's century should not be dismissed, seeing it as a statement innings that demands reconsideration of the traditional opener slot. Some have already called for Head to cement his place at the top of the order. Others warn against knee-jerk changes. A single good innings doesn't guarantee consistency. Test cricket demands long-term stability, and they caution about discarding experience too hastily, especially in high-pressure, high-stakes matches like the Ashes. On bowling, a fit Cummins could dramatically strengthen Australia's attack, but carrying him too soon, especially under pink ball conditions, carries the risk of aggravating injury or reducing effectiveness later in the series. It's a balancing act between ambition and caution. There's a broader implication. This could signal a transitional moment for Australia's test side, a reshaping of batting order, fresh emphasis on form and athleticism, and a lean toward building a youthful core rather than relying on veterans. What to watch over the next 48 to 72 hours. Final fitness reports on Khawaja and Cummins. These will likely decide not just the 11, but the tone of the top order for the remainder of the series. Selection hints from team management. Watch for statements from McDonald, the selectors, or senior players that suggest inclination toward continuity or change. Media leaks. Press conferences often the first sign of who's in or out. A leak or a direct quote can signal the selectors' leanings before the official 11 is announced. Pitch and conditions assessment at the Gabba. With a pink ball, day-night test, conditions may demand a particular kind of batting aggression or bowling attack, influencing final selection dramatically. Team morale and momentum. Whether the shake-up energizes the side or breeds uncertainty. That intangible could influence performance as much as raw skill or form. Why this matters not just for the second test, but for the future. This isn't just about picking a team for one match. It's about whether Australia sticks to tradition or embraces a new era of test batting and bowling built around form, fitness, aggression, and adaptability. The decisions made now could define their lineup for years. If they back veterans, that means experience and stability for the immediate tests. If they go with youth and momentum, that could reshape Australia's test identity, offering new possibilities but also carrying risk. The next 72 hours are crucial. The choices made will echo not just in Brisbane, but across the entire Ashes series and perhaps in the broader future of Australian Test cricket.